What other catch can they get from the... I think it's the
Same draft, boys.
Switch it up. They banned the Tinker, so they want to switch, right? You know, they want to change at least one thing.
Oh.
Nyx, that's the other one.
Well, we were
Almost.
close. 8 of the same heroes that we saw last game.
This is a good Nyx game.
And the changes. Darkseer, he's subbed out for Nyx Assassin.
So what if they lose?
Tinker's been traded away. Storm's been brought in.
Can Nyx actually get stuff in this offlane, though? I think he's going to struggle to get anything. This isn't that much of a pressure lane either now on the side of Spirit. Last time they had the Tinker Undying, but now it's Tinker Undying Storm, which is not as strong to guarantee this.
I think if you think about last game, sure they had a Darkseer in the lane. It didn't really put any pressure on, though.
He didn't put pressure, but he got farmed.
There was still free farm for the PL. Sure, the Nyx Assassin isn't going to get as farmed item-wise, but Nyx Assassin a lot less item-dependent than a Darkseer, really.
I think I'd like it less, though, because now Clockwork, he's going to be making plays around the map. Nyx as well is going to be making plays. So the farm priority is pretty much going to be SF Gyro all the way at the top with none of the other people having much farm, right? Unless they win lots of farm.
I mean, I do like the Nyx Assassin against the Storm Spirit.
Great versus Storm.
That is very good. So, it's a hard one to call again. We're going to have to do predictions going into this Game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have to rock and roll with... I think I have to go with Spirit, even though I think the Nyx Assassin is going to be strong. It is ILTW Storm Spirit. I believe in that.
I said why before. Yeah. I also agree. I think that there's going to be just a Gyro and Shadow Fiend very farmed. Well, I think now Storm should be able to go out of control in this game if it gets to that point. So I will also go for Team Spirit, and let's see what they can do.
Well, let's go, ladies and gentlemen, getting us into Game 3 of Team Spirit versus Suicide Team at the Corsair DreamLeague. I'm Only Pixel. I'm here with Fogged, and we're ready to see what is very close to being a hero rematch.
FNG's writing. He's saying, I'm assuming...
Zakam Tinker banned.
Why did you ban Tinker? We could have had the same draft. Right?
I think your Russian to English translation is perfect. And then...
that one, I'm going to give that one to you, Owen.
Clockwork replies with, I believe that is in fact Russian for toothbrush.
Why would he say toothbrush? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know, but that's what I think that says.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay, so this time... differences is that they're on opposite sides. So now this time Gyrocopter can't actually abuse that triangle, because that is why this Gyro was so farmed in the last game, was because he could just sit around the triangle of neutrals and get super farmed.
And that's first blood.
Is it though?
We did. Why did he not go for the lance? Oh, Illidan, he could have gone for that.
You could have been that guy at what tournament was that, where he clicked the first button button at the wrong time and he got fired?
Oh, he got fired.
That would have been you right there.
Yeah, I would have pressed first blood on that one. He could have chased that down.
Mana burn's pretty nice. So that's the one thing, is Nyx can have a pretty solid game.
I mean, Shashler's come back in, he's getting... they're going to look for Illidan here, they've got the stun here. If they could get this kill, they're going to look for the body blocks here. Can they find it? Look at his moves here. They're dancing around from the Clockwork. Is it going to be enough? He's trying to get himself in front of Illidan. He's doing it here. The body blocks from Velo. He's trying to set up for this first blood. Can BZZ get it? They've got the cogs down. He wants the souls. He's going to get it, BZZ.
He got 1 soul for that one, because he already had 11 from the cogs, but the value. He gets the gold.
It's the mental aspect of it, the psychological of that.
He gets a full wraith ban, pretty much.
Blood for BZZ. BZZ beautiful. Mid lane. And this time, Undying. It's not the Undying Tinker combo we saw before. Undying Storm is still obviously going to have its benefits, but I don't think it's going to necessarily kill BZZ as many times as the Tinker Undying combo did.
No, of course not.
No.
They're just more about just securing the lane for the Storm rather than getting a kill lane. Top, FNG. And Shashlo just kind of looking at each other. Kinetic.
Yep. They got the kinetic field down. Shashlo, he's fine. Nice and beefy. The triple mango Ice Frog approved build.
Yep. Do like it. I just love how people look at these. The Dota's just become contest between the towers as the supports. That's your role now.
FNG. Oh, I like that strat. Did you see that there?
What did he do?
He tried to pull the neutrals into the dire creeps so that he couldn't pull the dire creeps into the lane, but he was unsuccessful.
Okay, that was almost neat. Double decays continue from Biver in the mid lane. BZZ has lots of wand charges though from this, since he's versus a Storm and a Undying. He's already sitting at 8. He's going to be pretty good to just be able to get like the turnaround plays with the SF. FNG and Shashlo. FNG gets one of the denies, at least top. But
Velo giving Biver a bit of a run down here in the middle lane.
They've got pretty good kill threatening on the Radiant side now versus this dual lane. If they can actually get one of them in the cogs when the SF hits 3, that's a pretty free kill.
BZZ. How's the CS going? 5 CS against the 8 for 3. Not the easiest of lanes to start off in, even though Velo's trying his best to secure the start on the clock.
Illusion.
Bottom. That's Moon. Getting quite a lot of space down here, putting pressure, a lot more pressure than last time onto the gyrocopter.
Yeah, Dai is taking a lot of damage here. Moon is going to give him the rundown. This is Gyro in a lot of trouble. He needs help, but it's not going to come soon enough, or maybe
he's okay.
The missile from above. Saving Dai, mid lane, ILTW, hang on, Fairy Fire ain't going to save him. He's going to go down. Velo will go down in response, but that is another kill for BZZ. And a kill onto the enemy mid laner. Big stuff for the Storm.
Yep.
Sorry, for the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, it's okay. We know.
Big stuff for the Storm in a negative sense. It's just a big mess up.
Bottom, the missile. That's Moon. Dai wants to close the gap. He's got the level 2 rocket barrage. He will be able to clear him out. That wave is going to push pretty hard into the Sanking though, so he will get a good chunk of experience going his way after that death. Mid, we just have to watch out for if he can close the gap with the power cogs, because yeah, level 3 when you have those triple raises, like I was mentioning, there is high kill for it.
It's you know, one of the reasons why Storm is, you know, it's alright level 6 onwards against the SF, but earlier, yeah, you have to be careful with that footing. You've not got the greatest of range. You're going to get yourself close. And yeah, especially with that extra +1 there. And it's going to be the Warriors. Top lane, Shashlo, how's he doing? He has got 6 CS at the moment.
He's doing okay.
Greatest. He's getting the levels though. Yeah. And he's doing his best to try and draw the attention as a spirit away from the wave. And FNG going for a little bit of the older
bottom
rumble in the jungle.
This is pretty big. They actually got the side pull here from that triple range creep. So it's gonna kill the neutral creep anyway, but it does take a little bit of Moon's experience away that he was really looking forward to once he did that pull of the lane. Bounty runes. Meow gets 1. FNG's gonna go for his 2 bounty runes that he does every single game. He will get it. So the difference is that the Sanking is contesting and actually having an impact on the Gyro's farm. You see Gyro's at 15, while the PL not getting impacted by the Nyx Assassin. Even though he's pulling the waves and stuff, he still has the 29-16 last hits. Mid. Clockwork trying to catch the Storm. Can't. He does get him, but he's under tower.
And he is taking a lot of damage, fellow. If he can set up for the kill, it may just be worth it. Infused range up on ILTW, giving him some survival capabilities. He'll be fine. Top lane, Shash, though, he's quite deep. He's coming all the way in.
The range creep is blocking FNG. He's pinging it.
They're trying to use the courier here to keep vision of Shashlo.
This is I mean, this is. They don't need to even chase him. He doesn't have creeps or anything on him. He's not doing anything there.
I think FNG's realised this is a bit of a waste of time. He's like, all right, you want to spend your time in the trees up there? We'll let you go. Have fun, Shashlo. He will manage to pull the next creep wave coming through. He'll grab that, take it with him on a wonderful wild ride through the jungle of the Dire.
Look at that, yeah. He gets the next creep wave. Yeah. That's great. That's a 5-minute wave, too. That's a catapult. FNG's like, damn it. Stop it.
Oh, here we go, FNG. He's going to go for the solo kill.
He's glimpsing him.
He's trying.
Maybe he's going to try pulling the neutral camp.
Oh.
It looks like he's going to get the neutral pull.
Is he going to be able to get the creeps back towards his own side? Oh no, the aggro's still on the Nyx Assassin. Shashlo will be able to continue the pull. CS-wise, we have got Illidan again at the very much top of the board. 41 and 20 on his safe lane PL. Gyro quite far behind at the moment, 26 and 8. The mid lane matchup, 24-26 on SF, as BCZ does maintain the lead.
He's dominating that lane, yeah. Storm's level 3, SF's level 5, and almost level 6 already with treads. Aquila in a second.
Down bottom, Moon going for a bit of a punch up, goes in with a burrow strike. Dai is there to hold him off, and with a homing missile inbound onto Moon, he may have overstepped the mark. Ice paths out, there's the missile connection. That's another kill into the pockets.
And that's a high level offlaner. That's a level 5.5 offlane where the Gyro's getting good experience. Same thing with the Jakiro.
What can they watch their deaths? Illidan, he's pretty pretty big level 7. You know, he can punch up against Shasha down bottom. FNG with a glimpse on top of nothing as Velo is not going to get dragged out of this one. Ice Path or just the tip. Touches onto FNG. And here comes the Soul Rip from Biver providing the heal. They're still trying to chase. Burrow Strike won't connect with the stun, but it does allow him to close the gap. Gets the slow with the Caustic. Kinetic field's down, but the cogs are out. ILTW with the wraparound and coming in, squishing Velo in. He's been surrounded by the members
of
Team Spirit, but indeed, look at this space created. He's just going to keep on running and running. They're going to have to bail on this already. ILTW, I think he's lost interest in this chase. They'll just let FNG and Moon continue for it as Velo will finally go down.
And
but
look at top.
It takes a lot of resources.
Illidan's taking them for a journey as well.
What's he doing down here? He has got a missile in as Die chasing him. First stun actually going to connect it. Doppelganger is being held onto, and it's going to be held onto for a future life.
All right.
He is dead.
Suicide Team making some very neat moves come out, and they're working. Gyro Captain's rotation, we'll call that his first rotation. He gets a kill right away. Sashlo, you know, he's level 4. He's got Arcane Boots in a second.
And yeah, ILTW getting pulled away from that lane. There's a big net worth difference between him and BZZ, about 1k, and growing between the SF and the Storm Spirit.
I mean, when do you see the Storm being positioned in the offlane like this? He's level 5, and he's like, I can't do much. And
he is in a lot of trouble. ILTW.
He's crumbling.
I don't know what the letters stand for. I like to wander to bottom lane and die. Maybe that's what it means.
I'll give you like a 4 for that one, Owen. that was okay. If you had something clever planned, I would have given you that one. So S-Moon does go for the bottle build this game. Picks himself up 2 runes and a regen.
Biver level 4, Clock level 4.
BCC is massive. So he's going for the Treads drums again.
Yeah, going for the punch and run. Moon. Mid lane. Bit of support and support action backed up by a hefty core.
Level 8 already. This SS's about to be level 9. How's our Storm? Level 5. Oh no. He's struggling.
I said that I was invested in the RTW Storm. I said this guy, to be fair, you know, these sort of players, they can make phenomenal recoveries. You know, we see a lot of times, you know, professional players losing lanes. You know, they get flamed, you know, Twitch chat sort of calling them out, and then they manage to win the game. So, you know, sort of hold your lulls. He may do something amazing in 30 minutes time. He also may not.
He may not, but we'll see. It will take him time to catch back up, especially versus a Nyx Assassin who's about to be level 6 already. With Arcane Boots finished up, Shashel should be able to hunt that Storm quite nicely. Can set up for the SF to get the raise follow-ups. And the drum is pretty much done on SF, so Tread's drum level 9 in comparison to Storm with Boots bottle. Grim.
Xernon.
He's losing his tier 1 mid.
Yeah, and what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Can he get the final touch? Here we go, BZZ. Bam. Money in the bank. That is, as you say, drums done, clarity's out as well, keeping him efficient out on the map, doesn't need to back up for mana. Team
Spirit's got a very greedy lineup that they're getting punished for right now. 2k lead already for Suicide Team. They're going to need this Illidan PL to get them back in the game a bit.
They've got the drums done on Jar as well, so they've got the double drums out, ready for the Bongo Bonanza. Suicide Team will look to bring.
Moon bottom. He's trying to get the denier some pressure onto the tower here.
He has got backup coming in, but I say that Die wants to fight. Cooldown comes in. Moon Burrow striked into his own death. Not the fight he wanted to take there, and now Die, he's moving in for more. PL will be TPing in for this one, but already Die finds a double kill. ILTW does zip in, and surely we'll be able to make the Gyro pay for this, and they do. They do claim the life of Gyro.
But they're going to lose the tower anyway. Heavy rotations coming in. Spirit looking kind of disorganized, kind of like rattled by the movements from Suicide Team. In the past series, and like the first one especially, they were showing up to those tier 1 towers bringing 4 or 5 heroes, but this time everything's just kind of going to shit, to be honest.
They just crumble against Suicide Team. We saw it yesterday. They struggled, and again they're struggling again. Top lane.
Carapace.
Burrow Strike is going to be there. Gets himself a bit of distance. He's got the Sandstorm as well. Sentry's down. Velo wants to look for the chase. He's got the Battery Assault. Looking to play around underneath the tower. Moon in a spot above it. And bam, one more Burrow Strike. He's trying his best to get out of there. They do have the Impale, and bam, Shashlo in with a Vendetta hit. He's ready to chase this down, but the bottle charges. Oh, not enough. Velor finds the angle, comes in with a hook shot, clogs up to the...
No.
But, oh, he's still alive. BZZ, meanwhile, has picked off the Undying elsewhere. In comes the cooldown from above. Dire will be able to snipe the kill as they get themselves 2 more. TP into the top lane. ILTW is coming in to try and alleviate some of this pressure, but he has to be careful. They'll more than happily dive this storm. As ILTW, he tries to zip zap, but he's not going to be able to dodge it, and he is dead.
Oh,
ILTW, he has had some amazing games, but this one certainly isn't one of them.
No, I mean, the thing is, Suicide Team is making all the right moves. Their rotations are on point. They ditched their safe lane nice and early, and they're just trying to stay aggressive after they get these tier 1s. And taking 2 tier 1s, now they're taking the 3rd. They're looking to be in a very good position to take this one as long as they can keep the pressure going and not let this Storm Spirit ever catch up.
It's 12-3 at the moment. 4K lead, 12 minutes in, still early days, but very happy early days for Suicide Team.
Oh, yeah.
As Illidan, for once at this stage of the game, he's not top net worth. BZZ is above him. Every single game we've seen Team Spirit play, regardless of how the opening goes, normally Illidan's there standing away at the top. He's still doing very good for himself, but it's just sort of testament to say how this game's going, the fact that there is someone else in this game that's farming that little bit better than Illidan.
He's got the defusal finish now, though, so he does have a bit of a peak timing to be able to fight, but into SF and Gyro, PL this early does struggle when he doesn't have a proper initiation or frontliner. And Moon, that's Moon, it's 13 minutes in after having after getting a lot of creep pulls in the offlane, he has died 4 times to that Gyrocopter combo. ILTW, he's under vision.
Oh, and he's been hookshotted straight away with a raise. It's the cog push back as well. It's perfect
the
for Suicide Team.
Blink SF to set up those kills. So they don't really have the best lockdown if he didn't get it off perfectly, but they do get it perfectly, and the gap closing by the SF's enough.
What can they get here? They're looking for Moon. Moon has to be careful, has got the Sandstorm, will do his way out of it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That Aghanim Scepter being closed in again by
He's doing it again, okay.
More than halfway there at the moment.
They're very far ahead, and that does make him pretty damn tanky already on this Gyro. Because he took the 25 damage talent rather than the health, which we do see most people do, but he's still sitting at 1500 HP because of this point boosted Ogre Club. FNG is 6 now, though, so they can actually start making some aggressive plays, but the smoke comes out. They're not looking to let up at all, Velor.
Let's see if he can find the angle. He doesn't have hookshot at the moment. They do know what's going on. ILTW already zipping down to grab the rune, turns towards Die, now turns towards his teammates, trying to back up. They've got the cooldown coming in, will connect the slow onto 2. Already Shashlo standing out for action with the Vendetta. On the side though, Jakira's being gone, and they're going to be the ones to lose the first hero this time around, Suicide Team. As Jakiro gets focused down by Illidan. Shashlo still on the hunt. He has the Vendetta.
They know that there's a Nyx there.
He tries to spike Carapace the Renom, but he's a little slow. Does it after. That's not going to work, boy.
FNG just ready to take a fight here with his Static Storm. They've got vision there too, but as soon as they rocket and see everybody, Suicide Team starts to back out and go to their lanes. This is great. 4K gold.
Mid lane.
Mid lane.
Oh. Can he get out? They've got the blink on the SF. Where we go? Bam! Oh!
The double.
The double wham jam slam the man. Jump in. Bring him down with a bam.
FNG looks like he wants to try to punish BZZ. He's pretty far pushed up. There is a glimpse.
Cool. Let's see the outplay. FNG.
Go, it gets him.
And Illidan's there. And that will be a dead SF, or will it be ZZ? Is he going to get out? Post the stick charges. Surely not Illidan.
No.
He's trying to chase. The illusions are coming in. BZZ, he's going to live. He's out of there. He survives, and now the turnaround comes in from Suicide Team. Illidan. Doppelganger's down. They're looking for the chase, trying to find the angle with the ice path, and he's found it. Hear me out. Allowing the gap to be closed. Velor moves in. Solrim Hill comes out from Biver. Is it going to be enough to keep Illidan alive? They're still chasing. Shashlo looks towards Biver, peeling the Undying away from the rest of his team. Looks like they will keep Illidan alive there. But the committal was made by Spirit onto that SF, and they couldn't get the kill even with the Static Storm control.
I can't believe he actually survived through all that. Oh boy. that was a big way for them to kind of come back in this game too, and they aren't able to get that kill. At least the Storm Spirit during that time, ILTW was farming in the jungle, catching back up, but they really needed that kill there.
They've got the hood now on Illidan, so he'll feel a bit more confident going in onto the front lines.
He did go the hood again this game. Yeah. Okay. I thought the last game he was going to upgrade it into the pipe actually for a bit, because his team was getting slaughtered.
Sure, but it's always
about just for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. When you're the carry, you're not thinking about your team.
Yeah, you're just a greedy player.
You just want to kill heroes.
And that's, I mean, that's fine. He does, he needs some, I guess he needs some kind of magic resistance versus SF and Gyro. It is quite a lot that just gets bursted out by them early on. So he wants to be able to take those fights, and man, I actually still can't believe that BZZ lived.
Down bottom, rockets out from Velor.
In the last fight too, S-Moon, because he doesn't have Blink Dagger, he tried to rev up the Epi and get a stun in, but I mean, they saw it coming from a mile away.
I mean, Shashlow's coming round. He's going to open up straight away onto FNG. FNG did have the sentry down. Little some of the reaction as the right click still came through. Now Burrow Strike from Moon as they look to turn. They do manage to burn down the Nyx Assassin Ice Puff. Will block off Moon for the time being, but Moon's able to still back away. Now has that Blink Dagger.
That's going to make it a lot easier for them to actually make plays happen. That Blink to get the follow-up catch on top of Glimpse. Now they actually have a way to start the fight too, because in the past it's been like they need to rely on that Glimpse to really catch anybody. Now the Sanking Blink will do a lot, but mid, Clockwork.
Let's see what they can find. He was looking towards RTW, but not a lot he can do on his own.
I guess that was just a harassment hook shot. Either he hooked in and just
I mean, it is forced ILTW to go back to base.
Yeah, fair.
Is out of mana.
This is true. Yeah.
Ags is now out and done for die on the Gyrocopter.
Pretty good timing.
So it's better than it was, I think, last game, because
I do think so.
Last game was a little bit tougher for Suicide Team in the earlier stages, but this time they're coming out on top a lot earlier on with the size that their Shadow Fiend is reaching.
Yeah, 14-5 already. Velor looking to make a play here. Team Spirit, they are all positioned around this Sand King. The other two cores are farming quite nicely. Don't know if Team Spirit really wants to take a fight here. If they overcommit, then Spirit might want to try to respond, but...
They've got the Epi.
Oh, the Epi.
For the angle. Moon comes in with a two-man Burrow Strike Epicenter. He's bringing them down low. He's looking to finish off the kills. Jakiro surely will fall. He does. The Clockwork's still alive for now. They're trying to come in with the return play, and with the wraparound for Dice Gyro, they're doing it. They've taken down 3 of the members of Spirit. They have the cooldown coming in as well. Illidan jumps out with a doppelganger. Velor and Dai are going to look for him on the sidelines. Illidan's trying to duke it out, but the hook shot across is there from Velor. He's got the vision. He's got the control with the cogs. The stun from Shashlow. 4 down on Spirit.
They only got the Jakiro too, huh? They didn't have the Disruptor ulti yet. I was pretty surprised they actually went to take the fight when the Storm and PL weren't there, and they don't have that tier 1 up. They have to TP the Shrine, so it takes them some time. And they need more time to be able to take these fights with their heroes. Storm and PL aren't really ready. They aren't really fight ready just yet.
They really are not. They need ILTW to get at least at least the Orchid at this stage if he wants to enter the fights, and even then it gets so hard with the Yules on BZZ.
And the Nyx Assassin too, who has Blink Midas, level 12 already, 3 points in the mana burn. He's on the prowl, he's looking for the Storm Spirit. And tier 2 is claimed, 7k gold advantage. Suicide Team making all the right moves.
They're climbing up and up in net worth, and Team Spirit are struggling to slow them down.
Yeah, they're just taking the fights versus this fast-paced lineup. It's not paying off for them. Back to pushing out the lanes. Just rely on pretty much the Static Storm combo with Burrow Epi, because they didn't have the Static Storm for till the end of that fight. Bottom, it was still on cooldown. Does seem like they need the fights to go very perfect for them, while on Suicide Team they are a lot more relaxed. They can just kind of run in with their heroes because of how ahead they are. And now they're going to build the BKBs, which is going to make it way easier for them to play versus that lineup, which already has seemed like they've been doing just fine. So
yeah, I mean, it's, what do you do against the BKB on Spirits? Like, you just don't have the damage. I mean, even the PL, you know, suddenly the Diffusal Blade damage is much less of a worry. There's just no way to fight into BKBs at all. They have to kite it up, which they do have potential to do. You have these two cores that can engage, disengage pretty nicely, like the Storm of the PL. And IOTW actually finding a free pick off in mid, straight in onto the Jakiro. Follows there from the Sand King, and Meow has meowed his last.
Yeah, I think the Suicide Team should really watch how they split up. That's the one way the Spirit can come back in this one, is getting those type of pickoffs on, on the support heroes.
Absolutely. Mid lane, Shashlo jumping in there. It's the response with the burrow strike. Yeah, Static Storm down as well. Shashlo in trouble, but EZZ. He's looking for return plays. Comes forward with the raises. Starts to force them back. They've lost the Nyx Assassin. Hook shot forward from Velo. ILTW very low on the mana. He's jewels up. The Cog's not back. ILTW taken down by BZZ.
That was like a double play by both sides. It looked like Spirit was kind of baiting, but Suicide was baiting as well, waiting for the Remnant. And it ends up being a little bit more beneficial for the Radiant team.
7k lead here for Suicide team, still being maintained. Roshan is up, of course. We're still yet to really see a team focus on trying to take it. I guess neither side takes it incredibly quickly. It's a bit of a long drawn out one. They can both take it relatively safely. Like they're not going to take much damage, but it's hard to do it quickly. I think they're more about killing heroes at the moment.
Yeah, I think they're more about killing heroes. I think if Suicide gets BKBs, then they can just walk into the pit. They have no threat really, as long as they have vision of Spirit. But that's a pretty hard place for both teams. Fighting in that spot, that's a disaster. Like the Gyro Flak, Requiem, and then look at the other side, Disruptor ulti plus Sanking, Tombstone. This is a death spot. Both teams don't really want to play around that. That's too much randomness in the fights. So Veil will be the choice for S-Moon, as he has been doing most of his games. And they are playing under a ward right now. They were trying to de-ward it, but FNG wasn't able to find it. 3 heroes mid, PL and Storm position bottom, just trying to get their farm online, and Meow top, just poking the tower.
He'll clear out the way mid die. As you say, Meow is out on his own. He's pretty safe up here. Yeah, he just gets some free pressure on this because Spirit, they're all sort of hovering around the bottom half of the map, maybe looking about trying to find that fight in the mid lane with their full 5-man.
They're really trying to find this obs ward. FNG knows that they have vision somewhere around there because of the plays that just happened in the past. Now they see the ward. They did get a second glimpse on that left side of that high ground vision. So once they take that one out, they can have a vision advantage in the fight, and that could be pretty massive for them to get some catch. But now SF's got BKB, and I'm assuming Gyro's about to have his as well. Yes, quite close. They'll try to claim a tower.
And they're slowly but surely taking down this tier 1. As a Suicide team put the fortification, they'll let it go, but indeed, this is Jakiro getting away with soloing a tier 2 tower whilst this is all going on. Taken down, Belloc looking for the lead in, hook shots there, doppelganger out from Illidan, but the homing missile's going to be there to follow up and connect. BKB popped by BZZ, now burst down the PL. ILTW zips himself away, will be fine for now. FNG is also able to TP out, but they get the big kill. They get that PL.
The missiles, I think the missiles actually gotten him killed several times already this game. When he tries to doppel, dodge something stuns him into it.
It's a very annoying spell to play against, and one of the things that I think is sort of forgotten a lot of the time when you talk about the Gyro PL interaction. Okay, the missile's just so good at countering the doppelganger if you've got other heroes around it.
They're trying to get like a surprise play coming out here with the Veil blink.
Look at Bello, he's hunting. He knows people are going to be hiding at the sidelines. They do still get the blinking, jumping straight away. The Yule Scepter up on this SF, trying to buy himself some time to get out of this one, but he's not going to escape. BZZ is down. Shashlo falling low. He's walking away with a Vendetta. The cogs are out from Velo as he matches up against Bivor, takes the Undying out of this. Jump forward with the Burrow Strike. Moon's trying to get back involved. Moon and FNG looking to finish off this clock. Can they quite do it? They can. ILTW zips in. They have managed to take down 2, but the rest of the side will come back in. Shashlo with the Spike Carapace on the Thunder Strike. Turns with a Vendetta hit onto the Storm as they will still cut down the majority here. 3 for 2.
That's a pretty good play there though for the Dire, because that's something that's not expected. They're just like, oh, SF BKB is down, Gyro showed bottom, we're gonna make a quick play onto them. They do get the SF right away, but long drawn out fight. Storm does get brought down, and PL was dead during that, so it was a 4v4 until Gyro shows up.
Woo, and he's not getting out of that. Jakiro tried to TP underneath the tower, not the smartest of moves, and he'll realize that.
Decent amount of gold too, 336 for that one. That's 633 backwards. Isn't that BZZ's name?
Is it?
Right?
633.
Yeah, it was 336 gold that the Jakiro gave. So, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not him though.
The Illuminati. Yeah,
sometimes. Very nice.
You know that music, don't you?
I definitely know that.
Definitely.
Everyone knows that.
You know that music?
Come on, Owen.
Illuminati.
Oh, ILTW tries to go for his long jump to catch the Nyx mid, but unable to find him. Moon top. They're gonna go.
This man's brought detection because he's a professional player.
This missile and hook shot.
Oh, look at that. That looked kind of funky.
And he's dead though. May have looked funky, but
it did, didn't he? It was a hook shot that sort of dragged across with a hero as he burrow strike.
Oh, FNG.
Oh, that's a throw. That is 2 down now on Team Spirit. They don't have buyback available. Suicide Team with a full lineup. They could try and push the base.
Try to get a tier 2, I think, more than anything. But
I guess, yeah, the tier 2 is still standing mid, yeah. Sure. Oh, Shashlow trying to find something with the spike carapace. The illusion's being sent upon him.
Oh, big jump.
And yeah, ILTW comes in immediately with the Orchid, takes him out. Dai tries to move with the cooldown, but already both the PL and the Storm out of the range of the ultimate.
That is pretty low on HP right now, 700. They don't want to make that engagement. They want to save their BKBs as long as they can.
But Dai does now have the Maelstrom. So the Maelstrom
got it already
out.
finished.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that is the big damage setup. You know, Maelstrom with that Aghanim Scepter, that is the worry for this PL in these fights. Suddenly, your illusions are going to get cleared out. The bounces are going to be there for sure with the lightning.
ILTW wants to make an aggressive play, try to maybe force the BZZ BKB.
It's hard to go though. BKB and Yule's. Yeah, I guess at the least you could. Yeah.
He's got to watch out. I think if he goes, he could just get Yule's Requiem. Is the one problem.
I mean, you have to be good.
He has to wait for some.
I mean, not saying BZZ's not good, but it's hard. You know.
I mean, he had a Jakiro right there too. So.
Oh, okay, that's true. With a +1, you can't mess it up.
Yeah. They back out. ILTW has to use his whole mana pool. It does look like he did kind of want to make the play, but yeah, a little bit too greedy once other heroes start showing up, and they continue farming. Still an 11k advantage and about a 10k experience advantage.
And I like this build from BZZ. You know, go for the Shiva's Guard as well, straight up off the back of his items. Just fully working on that defensive capabilities. And as we said last game, is very good against the PL. Makes Illidan's job very hard in the fights. You almost have to solely use that doppelganger to close the gap, because other than that, it's sure you got the Phantom Rush, but after that.
You almost know which one it is every time, because if you use the doppel, there's one that has like the same HP as you. It's the second, right? So it still helps. Shiva's just a great item this game. It just limits their physical damage potential too with that attack speed slow.
Look at this smoke from Team Spirit. They're trying to get in and involved over the half of the map of Suicide Team.
Oh, if they can find the Nyx, that'd be huge for them. This is a freshly picked up gem on Shashlo.
It's hard though.
It is very tough.
I mean, and Shashlo, he's got ways to react with the Spike Carapace, unless they get in quickly with the silence of ILTW. Here we go.
His smoke broke, but he gets caught by his
But there's this follow-up. They come in, Static Sword drop down as well. BKB and the Maelstrom going to work for Dai's Gyro. They've taken down 2 as BZZ cleans up a double. Vela on the side gets the hook shot onto Biver, as that was not the smoke that they hoped for. Spirit walking straight into that one. Quick fingered reactions from Suicide Team.
Yeah, they have much easier ways of taking fights right now on Suicide Team. They just click their BKBs and click their ultis, pretty much. Yeah. And they can actually take most of the fights for Spirit. Spirit has to get like the perfect kind of situations to set them up for a successful fight right now. If those BKBs are available, of course. If BKBs are down, that's where Suicide Team can definitely struggle, but it's looking very, very tough for Spirit now. They are falling further and further behind. Illidan
Shashlo
being stalked.
Can he find it? Jumps forward, gets the initial stun. The raises as well into the ice path. Illidan held in place, knocked back by the cogs. Pops the stick charges, but he's out of mana. No way to jump out of that.
The Nyx play is so good right now. Shashlo, these mana burns are adding up quite heavily. Right there, he ran out of mana because of 2 back-to-back mana burns.
And look at this middle lane. ILTW zips in, but with the power of the Ags, bam, a couple of hits. He's down to half health. He has to get himself back to base. That's a double damage Gyro on your doorstep. Gotta run.
Yep.
I mean, and as you say, Shashlo, he had a pretty awful game 1.
He did have a really hard
brilliant game 3. Yep. It was what the Brewmaster, where he died, I think, 20 times in lane.
20.
It was like 7 times.
It was a lot.
It was a tough. But this game, he's redeemed himself.
I liked his.
He's absolutely redeemed himself.
He's redeemed himself with the movements, and I liked his item build. Going for that Midas, I feel like that's why we're seeing him sitting at 11k net worth. That's why he's got so many levels in mana burn right now.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And it's, as we, that's sort of picking it up in response to that storm. We always knew it was going to have that strength, and we're seeing it. If they catch out ILTW, they have more than enough damage to burst the storm still at this stage of the game, as they just have a significant lead, 17k net worth difference between the teams. And that is at a point where they're still yet to actually take the rack. So once they do that, that number's only going to grow and grow.
Yeah, it's definitely looking problematic with the leveling. The hook shot. Almost.
Nearly.
Mjolnir now finished up on Gyro, so that PL, that PL is going to really struggle to get illusions out.
That's true. It's, they're just going to get cleared up straight away. I mean, Dai is just chilling. He's watching it. He's ready to fight. Comes into the flat cannon. Nice illusions, now they're gone. Now, there's the jump in with the Burrow Strike, but the Glimmer Cape comes through. They don't have detection. Die, able to put the BKB, moves in straight away onto the Disruptor. FNG is dead. Can he find anything more? Die, he's looking forward. There's the stun. They managed to catch out the big one. Zip 4 from RTW is trying to help out Illidan. Burrow Strike comes in from Moon. He's managed to cut down both the Nyx and the edges of the Gyro. They need to kill that Gyro a second time. Can they quite do it? The Mjolnir shield is out and Die. He's just chasing them down. Double kill as he picks up the Sand King. It's just too much damage coming out from this side gunner.
They got slaughtered by it, but the Nyx did die. Who actually recovered the gem? I think the Undying.
I think it might have been Biver.
It looks like he put it back at the base. Yeah, okay, so that may have actually been worth it for Spirit, just because they get the gem. That gold swing that comes out.
Bottom lane, ILTW. Where's the combo? Is it perfectly timed? Bang! Sort of. It didn't get the full soul damage, I don't think. It wasn't right on top of them.
It was close. Storm also has a lot of int, so he does have like the 20% magic resist. Okay. So it does make it a bit less. But yeah, I don't know if he got it exact.
Yeah, he was just a little off to the side there, but we'll let him off. They get the kill. It's still good. That's going to be the Storm knocked out for good.
For good? Oh, God.
Well, he's dead for a minute. That's like, in Dota time, 10 years.
It is.
As everyone knows, a Dota game is actually representative of a 1,000-year war.
Oh.
It's just shown in human time.
I didn't know that.
In reality, these movements are happening very slowly.
Interesting.
The map spans 40 acres.
So when Sand King attacks a creep with his claw, it actually takes him like 6 years to get the creep?
It takes 6 years in human time.
Oh my God, FNG gets slaughtered.
He just gets absolutely shredded, and look at this. BZZ is swagging it into the base.
The BKBs are used though. Storm Spirit's going to respawn in about 15 seconds. I think that Suicide Team should be a little careful here.
They've got to back off. There's no need to push the issue when they haven't got the BKBs up.
I actually, the games that I do see Spirit do really well,
yeah.
I actually see Disruptor, FNG, when he's the support, have a bit more gold. He's had to expend so much on Sentries and Observer Wars in this game that he actually is never going to have an item. He's Brown Boots.
Brown Boots and 132 minutes in. That's, you know, even Harry Potter would be screwed with that build. It's not great.
It is not. It's very rough. They do not have... Do they have dust? Okay, good. They have dust on the Undying, so they will be able to at least catch when the Glimmer Capes come out. Scan comes out. Scan on scan.
Shash though, he's got full vision of this though. He comes in there, will zip onto him. Can they respond to this? Shash though falling low. You got BZZ stepping in on the sideline, steps forward with the Shiva's guard. LTW zips away. Valil looks for the hook shot. Isn't going to find the connection. The homing missile though straight down onto Biver. That'll be the first casualty of this war. Biver's down. Can they get more? BKB out from Gyro. Die forcing back, chasing down Illidan. Illidan popped the Manta style, but BZZ and Die got his number. Triple kill for Die. As this fight is over, they have to retreat on the Storm. They do have buyback on Illidan.
Look at the Gyro's damage in that fight. Everyone else is sitting at like 1,000.
I think
700. Oh, 6,000.
If pros are watching, we might see Axe Gyro make a bit of a comeback.
I mean, he is definitely making it work really well with his team.
And is that what Shasho with the Meteor Hammer?
Yeah.
Ready to push in. 3 heroes down on Team Spirit without buyback available.
Holy moly.
They'll hold on Spirit. They're not going to tap out yet. Of course, this could be the end of the line for them if they don't make it. This miraculous road for Suicide Team, as we say, the open qualifier team in this region. And the team as well, the Vanscore, he swapped teams. He moved over.
He did swap.
To Gambit. Gambit were first out, and suddenly that team that he could have been a part of is making it potentially to the finals.
Are you saying that BZZ was right?
What, is he the one who kicked Van?
No, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the CIS going on's happened. I don't know who kicked who, or if Vanscore left on his own will. I'm not too sure, but either way, Suicide Team looking to be sort of this surprise CIS spark of a lineup.
27k advantage now. These double BKBs, I mean, they're just making the fights look easy, Owen.
And what's he got in now? Shiva's, sorry,
almost
Hex. Shiva's, he's got that Hex, yeah, very close, very close.
He sold his drum.
Yeah, I think, you know, sell that Ultimate Orb and you got the money for Hex.
What?
Kappa. Kappa, that was a joke, it's a joke.
I don't think you were joking.
Funny.
I've never seen Owen build Hex. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know how to.
Hex is...
too many buttons. Too many buttons.
It's a Demon Edge and a Relic. That's how I build mine. Can't
I do see you build Hex almost every game. You're right then.
Can't hex them if they're dead. That is how the logic works here in the UK.
How's ILTW? I feel like he needs a BKB in these fights, but he's gonna go queue for Bloodstone next. Just feeling like he needs to go super carry mode, I guess. They're probably feeling pretty down on themselves at the moment, taking these engagements. They stand no chance of killing this gyrocopter.
Dire's middle tower is under
Unless...
Oh, he's walked into this one straight away. They look for the lockdown on the gyro. They're bringing him down, hoping to get the chance for the BKB out now. The turnaround ready to go. The Requiem out from BGZ. They've taken down 3. They're going to lose everyone here. Disruptor falling as well. GG is called. Game over for Team Spirit.
He died at the end, but you could see the power of this gyro at the end there.
Absolutely, the Aghanim's gyro, I think. Empire waiting in the finals for the Suicide team will have something to say about the gyro if it comes through on the lineup. We'll see what happens, but there we have it for this series.